We spent 10 nights cruising the beautiful French and Italian Rivieras on a gorgeous boutique cruise ship with just 700 other guests, which included experiencing the most famous Formula One motor race in the world, the Monaco Grand Prix. It's an incredibly popular cruise, and ships from all over the world gather around Monaco for this fabulous and glamorous event. It's one of the hottest tickets of the cruise calendar, so stick around for this extra special vlog that will dive into all the details, the good, the bad, and the surprising moments you don't want to miss.
Drama at the Formula One, flipping egg.
From our first impressions to unexpected benefits and a few minor frustrations,
It's just eaten one of our €10, and now what do we do?
we'll take you through our entire 10-night experience.
There's a building over there, that's not leaning.
Plus, we'll answer the big question, would we do it again? So grab your favourite drink, sit back, enjoy the view, or lack of, and let's set sail on this adventure together. And the Monaco Grand Prix itself, is it all fancy and glamorous as they make it out to be for average Joes like us? We're going to show you exactly what it's like to be there and whether it justifies its wallet-melting excursion cost.
$1,500 US each. Yeah, that's right.
Welcome to France and welcome to Azamara Quest. Let's go.
Pesky Italians and their lack of clothes.
This is Nice, on the famous Côte d'Azur on the shores of the Mediterranean Sea in France. Twinned with Nephew a bit further up the coast, just kidding. Nice doesn't immediately spring to mind when talking about embarkation ports, but it's a fabulous city to spend an overnight in before you embark, with bags of classical French charm and miles of golden sands. We stayed at the Westminster Hotel, sitting proudly overlooking the Bay of Angels on the Promenade des Anglais. And we chose this hotel because it was theoretically within walking distance from where the ship was supposed to be docked. Oh, and it was a beautiful 130-year-old neoclassical hotel full of character, of course. Thankfully, it was docked where we expected, so we managed to lug our cases up the pretty promenade right to the ship. And we're going to pick up the story just as we arrive at the beautiful Azamara Quest, just before embarkation.
Well, hello and welcome to the marvellously sunny Côte d'Azur. We're in Nice, and behind us we're about to get on one of our favourite cruise lines and one of our favourite ships.
We're now about to board. It's our first time on Azamara since 2020, so we're looking forward to seeing if anything's changed on one of our favourite Azamara ships, the Quest.
Well, it's actually a fact that our very last Azamara voyage was South Africa on the Quest.
February 2020.
Was it February 2020? We had a fabulous time in South Africa. Let's have a fabulous time in the Riviera. So what are we going to do in the Riviera?
10 nights in the French and Italian Riviera, finishing off in Barcelona.
But where are we going before we go to Barcelona?
The Monaco Grand Prix.
Oh, one of our bucket list things, really. It's a sort of dream come true for us. We're both avid Formula One fans. It's going to be fabulous. So come along with us. Shall we get on board?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get on board.
With no physical cruise terminal at this location, a temporary setup of Azamara gazebos and a flurry of helpful crew meant that we were boarding in super quick time. Don't you just love small ships? And without the usual boarding stress, I was left wondering, who left that Ferrari there? First thing first, lunch in the Windows Cafe. It's good to be back. Oh look, someone's had a nibble out of that before I could take a picture.
First lunch on board, I've got dal, tuna, teriyaki tuna, with ginger. Fantastic.
Luckily, the staterooms were open before I could bury my face in this lot, which was a good thing. I think I left my willpower at home by the front door. Welcome to cabin 6047 on deck 6. First thing you'll notice is that the cabin has an unusual layout. It's sideways on and not long ways, which is what most cabins are on a cruise ship. Also, the door opens directly into the room rather than into a short corridor that normal staterooms often feature. Let's get a few hard facts out of the way first, shall we? All 4 Azamara ships are not new. They're all from the same class of ship that were built in series between 1998 and 2001. So, At around 25 years old, some features of this cabin could best be described as of the period. For instance, the TV is modern and appropriately sized for the cabin, but sits rather awkwardly proud of this corner cabinet, which originally would have had one of those portable-sized non-flat screen cathode ray tube TVs we all knew and loved before LED became a thing. Remember those? Staying with the corner cabinet, the fridge is something I remember well from previous Azamara cruises. Why do I remember something as mundane as a fridge? Well, they don't work very well, because they don't stay very cold. Could it be because they're in a cupboard with inadequate ventilation? Well, that's my theory, and after a bunch of cruises, they're always the same. As a consequence, we don't put anything in there. Might as well not be there at all. Sorry. Also, there's a distinct lack of electrical sockets in here, particularly around the bedside. There's a clutch of them at the dressing table and, well, nowhere else. Not a deal breaker, but mildly inconvenient. But these are little details that may not matter to you. The bed is still incredibly comfy, and we love the classy decor and muted colour scheme. We actually really liked this cabin. You get robes thrown in, even at this category, and plenty of fresh bottled water, which is something that's still sorely lacking from the likes of Cunard and others that really should know better. It has a dual mirror angled perfectly for checking yourself out from behind, like you do. And the wardrobes are non-intrusive, even though space for lots of clothes is a little lacking. The window, well, being slap bang on the level of the lifeboats can compromise privacy if you're not careful, as the tender crew will unexpectedly walk by. And if they've chosen your tender for deployment at anchor, there will be the appropriate noises. However, if your tender is lowered, your obstructed view cabin becomes unobstructed, so you enjoy a luxurious upgrade for a few hours. Speaking of upgrades, a permanent one has been made to the bathroom, where Azamara have replaced the horrible clingy shower curtains with these heavier bamboo ones, which thankfully do not attack you mid-shower. And like many other ships of this age, these bathrooms do not feel like you're in a caravan. Not a trace of mushroom-coloured plastic to be seen. It may be small, but it has a premium feel. Yay! Cabins on Azamara are small due to the design of the R-class ships, but Azamara have given them a premium feel, and giving a premium feel is something they do well, as you'll see throughout this voyage. Okay, unpacking complete. Let's go up to the sun deck and join something else Azamara do very well indeed. The sail-away party. Well, good evening, everybody, on our first night on board Azamara Quest. And we're in the Discoveries bar, which is the bar that's attached to the restaurant, the Discoveries restaurant, which is the main dining room. And we're just going to go through the drinks menu.
Yeah, there's some signature cocktails on here I think are specific to this bar.
Okay.
But each bar has its own signature cocktails.
Okay.
So that's this one. But I think...
Oh, hanky panky, I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah, no, exactly. These are specific to the Discovery bar.
Well, that's interesting. So every bar has its own signature cocktails.
Yes. The U indicates that they're included on the Ultimate package.
The
P indicates that they're included in the Premium
package.
Otherwise, the price is
what it is, yeah.
And these are all the...
So as you can see, we've got 2 Cosmopolitans.
Yeah.
They are part of the Ultimate package, which we upgraded to.
So also on the Ultimate package, you can get lots of different beers and also wine by the glass, which you can get on the Ultimate package.
I think, so the latter pages are all standard pages, and the first 2 or 3...
Get to what's complimentary.
Oh, yes.
So if you wanted to have something, there is plenty of choice for you to have things without having to pay for any of the drinks packages.
So if you don't want to bung out on a drinks package, which are very reasonable, actually. Cheers. Dinner at the Discoveries restaurant is open seating between 6 and 9 p.m, with a range of table sizes available and plenty of tables for 2. We sat down and were greeted warmly by Luigio, our waiter, who proceeded to be a perfect host and delivered us a delicious first evening meal on board. Given the wealth of talent on board, it was the most natural thing to do after dinner to go to the welcome show in the cabaret lounge, featuring the ship's brilliant band, singers and dancers. And then we went to the spirits bar for the dulcet tones of Vassi, the vivacious solo artiste. She was our favourite, but don't tell the others. And to sample the bar's cocktail menu. All in a night's work, as they say. See you tomorrow, where the adventure properly begins.
Good morning from Santa Margherita on the Italian Riviera, day one. Proper, I think.
Yes, the weather's beautiful.
Instead of going on an excursion from Azamara, we're going to just get the bus to Portofino, which is a beautiful little village, and then we're going to walk back. Well, hopefully, we're going to try. Let's see what we do. See if we can find a bus, shall we? Ah, are they the tickets? Bus tickets, there you go.
Bus tickets, right. So now what do we do? Validate your ticket.
Now what do we do?
It says validate your ticket.
Validate your ticket. Shall we try it? 782 Portofino. That's handy. The bus to Portofino is very busy. Standing room only. This is Italy. Welcome. Oh, going to try and squeeze more people on. This is just look really stressed and angry, and then no one will get on, will we? Is this it? I don't know. Is that where we get on? Really? Is this our stop? I think it might be. Not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Here we are. Portofino. So if you come to Santa Margherita, we think Portofino is a recommended place to go and have a wander around. It's so cute. It's such a pretty little place to stroll around, isn't it? Portofino is a town clustered around a small harbour and is known for its colourful painted buildings that line the shore. Since the late 19th century, Portofino has attracted tourism of the European aristocracy and is now a resort for the world's jet set. Obviously people with big yachts as well. It is often referred to as the most beautiful piazzetta in the world. Not many people live here either.
And fun fact fans, did you know there's a full-scale replica of Portofino Bay at Universal Orlando Resort in the US? Here's a picture. To be honest, I prefer the original.
Okay, so we have begun our walk back. And already there's a huge hill. It does say when I'm walking up it's going to take about an hour and a half. I think it's about 5k. But it's very twisty turny. But look how beautiful it is already. So this is why we decided to walk it, because you turn a corner and you just get these views. How utterly fabulous are they? There's the little bus. I think the one we came in. We are at the 1 kilometre mark from the harbour, and you get this beautiful view back to the harbour. How utterly gorgeous is that? Well, hello. We are virtually 2 kilometres, or about 100 metres, from Portofino now. About halfway now. And then in this little bay, quick gander at the beach. Look how busy it is on a Sunday. Unbelievable. Tiny little stretch of beach. And it's absolutely chock-a-block. That's Sunday. That's what the Italians do. We're a long way from Blackpool. Okay, we're on the road, but there's a tiny little public beach here. Pesky Italians and their lack of clothes. I think we're on the easiest stretch now. Like, it's all flat all the way to Santa Margherita. And there's the beautiful Azamara Quest in the distance. Oh, Helen's been pulled into the consumer lifestyle of the Sunday market. I just want a beer. I don't think I will be able to tear her away from the pretty things of the market. Something you don't see every day. A market stall holder bringing his Bentley Bentayga in. Well, there you go, we've arrived, and it's 5.27 kilometres. It was lovely.
I wouldn't want to do it in like the heat of the summer. This has just been perfect.
It has. And now we're just waiting for a tender because, oh, slightly peckish. I think we'll go to the patio today, shall we?
Yeah.
What do you think? Got an Azamara burger with my name on it.
The bus was €5 each way.
Mm-hmm.
The ferry was €9 each one way, or €16 each for a return trip.
We'll see you back at base.
On Azamara, we waste no time in booking the two specialty restaurants, Aquilina and Prime Sea, because both are superb. Also, every restaurant has its own dedicated bar area, so there's so many venue choices for pre- and post-dinner cocktails, and we didn't hesitate to utilise our ultimate drinks package for a couple of fancy aperitifs in the bar of our chosen eatery. Tonight we had a table in Prime Sea, the steak and seafood focused restaurant. This fine establishment has a seriously good menu, including filet mignon and Chateaubriand, to name but two of my favourites. I have to warn you, though, that the bread they serve here is so good, you may be tempted to ruin your appetite by polishing it all off before the real fun begins. Don't, because they'll just bring you more. I'll let the visuals do the talking, so please, enjoy. If you're enjoying this video and are interested in booking an Azamara cruise, our preferred travel partner is Panache Cruises, the elite ocean, expedition, river and yacht style cruising specialists. The award-winning team at Panache have decades of combined knowledge and experience in finding the right cruise for you. Your personal cruise connoisseur will help you with every aspect of your voyage, no question too big, no detail too small. Visit their beautiful website and make your next dream cruise, like the one we took on Azamara Quest, a reality. Oh, and please do not forget to mention Visit With Us or Rich and Helen when you call, because it helps support the running of this channel at absolutely no cost to you. And we'd also really appreciate it too. Thank you. Let's get back on board.
Good morning from Livorno. The Azamara Pursuit is in with us and with a Quest, and there's officers everywhere. It's like a huge officer meet and greet, and the new CEO of Azamara is here as well, Dondra Ritzenthaler, and today we're going to go to Lucca.
We're going to try.
There's a 3-kilometre walk to the train station, and I think it's about 40 minutes. You've got to change at Pisa, there's all sorts of things. But apparently Lucca is supposed to be really nice, so well, the walk to the station is very straightforward. Well, literally straightforward. Come out of the port and you'll just go down this road, which is a straight road, and it takes you all the way to the station. It's very flat, you can't get lost. And you get to sort of see all the lovely buildings of Livorno as well. This is the way. 2.83 kilometres later, I think we've hit the station. Helen was panicking a bit.
Well, we ran to the station to get the train, and then we got on the train and got to validate our tickets, so I just had to dash off and validate the tickets.
It was about 2 minutes before departure.
So, well, we're going to change at Pisa apparently, but we can't find the train to Lucca. We'll just have a nice day.
Pizza.
Yeah.
Well, here we are, not in Lucca, we're in Pisa. The train to Lucca doesn't leave for another 2 hours. We missed the first one by about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And
We thought they'd run every hour and they don't, they run every 2 hours.
They run every 2 hours, so we're kind of making a choice here whether we just say, sod it and let's go to Pizza. So this is the walk to the, well, the stuff that Pisa's famous for, the Leaning Tower, of course. It's about a mile from the train station, and you get to walk through this lovely wide pedestrian area full of architecture. Galileo, 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 Galileo Figaro.
Despite all this man's achievements in unifying the Kingdom of Italy in 1861, he'll always be known to us Brits for being a popular type of biscuit after a visit to England in 1854. Tasty.
It's all very Renaissance-y down here, and there's the tower. I think it's got pretty bad. I think they ought to pull it down, start again. I mean, it's a health and safety nightmare. Well, we've been to Pizza many times. We've only been once. Okay, cut. Well, we've been to Pizza once before. Obviously, nearly time for a selfie. I think we need to do one here. People do the strangest things in front of the pizza, don't they? I mean, obviously there are other things here equally as impressive, but people like, oh, there's a building there, and that isn't leaning. There's a building over there, that's not leaning. People just want to see leaning things, like that one. Yeah, we're just going to walk along this railing here, which is where everyone does all the stupid shots. There's still a montage show here of people being stupid. Here we go.
I don't see the point of that. I don't know what you're trying to do.
Hold on. A bit further forward. No, nearly there. Right, nearly. That's it. Hold on. Hold that pose. Hold that pose.
Helen's now charging for her services. Found a pose. Don't see what all the fuss is about. Look, it's dead straight. Warning, I might now have a bit of a moan. One of the highlights of any Azamara voyage is the Azamazing evenings, and you'll see from our previous Azamara vlogs, this cruise line excels above all others in providing a stunning evening to remember. Unfortunately, there wasn't one on this voyage. Instead, we had a destination celebration, which I guess was instead of an Azamazing evening. And don't get me wrong, the 4 opera ladies they brought on board to sing for us were great, and the dinner in Discoveries was delicious, but the experience of going ashore to a beautiful venue that usually held as amazing surprises for the whole ship was just something that set Azamara apart from every other cruise line, certainly in this price bracket. Had Azamara found a beautiful venue in Livorno and had these brilliant singers perform there, that would have been up there with the best. This quartet deserved a much grander venue. Still, it looked like a great time was had by all, just not particularly as amazing as it usually is. Now, it's taken me years to perfect the pronunciation of Civitaveccia without 3 attempts, but here we were, and as Civi, as the more familiar cruisers would refer to it, is the largest cruise port by passengers in Europe and the gateway to Rome. So we looked around at all the ships in port and thought, nah, we're not getting off today. While everyone else is battling through the hordes in Rome, an hour away from the port is a great opportunity to have a decent look around the ship while it's quiet. There's something about having the ship almost to yourself, isn't there? Such a calm and luxurious morning can be had. We've got a full ship tour of Azamara Quest on our channel, so I'll leave a link at the end for a more detailed look at this beautiful little boutique luxury ship. The day passed in a relaxing blur, and it was a good opportunity to indulge in a bit of afternoon tea in the living room. These treats are here daily, and the living room is the perfect venue for an indulgent hour of grazing and lounging. As afternoon teas go, this is one of the least formal, and it's all the more enjoyable for it. On this occasion, we remembered to leave a bit of room in our elasticated trousers, as the culinary craftsmen and women had organised an Italian-themed deck buffet, and these are always too much fun and too delicious to miss. Azamara excel in sailaways. There's always music, food, drink, and a brilliant party atmosphere. Azamara have a huge following of regular guests, and they know exactly what to do, and that's to enjoy every single minute.
Welcome to Ajaccio. Is it Ajaccio? Ajaccio?
I'm just going to let you keep trying.
It's got a J in it and lots of C's. In Corsica. And we're doing Ajaccio on your own today, aren't we? We've got the Marella Voyager next to us. And we've got the beautiful Azamara Quest. Marvelous. Oh, what's that?
Morella.
2 Morellas. Wow.
Morella sandwich.
We're in a Morella sandwich. Right, looks like we're just going to go in here, which is new, this building, since we were last here. It's a little indoor market full of cheeses and things. Oh my goodness. There's some boisson. And then this is the outdoor bit. Look at this, the cheese market. Le fromage and sort of slightly rotting ham, which they obviously say tastes better. How does that... I don't even know how that works. Look at these beautiful olives. More cheese, Gromit! Well, that was a lovely place to visit. And it's right on the doorstep of the ships, which is really nice. So, where are we off to next? Let's go somewhere, shall we? Helen's wanting to become fully French.
Oh, that's been happening for a long while, though.
With all her let's go to the market every day and buy fresh things.
Yes. Just the fresh looks so lovely.
To be fair, they do it a lot better than the Brits do, don't they?
They do markets.
They do market really well. We're going to find Napoleon's birthplace. There's a shop owned by Napoleon and a gentleman's hairdresser owned by Napoleon. They do like their connection to Napoleon, don't they? Even though essentially he was basically a French dictator who liked war. Ah, here we are. Here's the man himself. Is this his house, is it? Oh, okay. This is the Castle Bonaparte. Is this where he was born? I should have done some research. Not very good at research. There's a queue to get in, though. Not tonight, Josephine. It seems to be a lot more commercial than when we were here last. A lot more pandering to the tourist dollar. Isn't that right, hon? Oh dear. Helen's seen some dressy things. I think I'll leave her there. She could be all day. And this is very pretty, this. I like this place. Nice. Très bien.
We had a very special dinner date tonight back in Prime Sea, but this time at the chef's table, the very best evening of fine dining you can have on board. Azamara runs the chef's table most evenings with 2 different menus, one Italian and one French. We booked the French one as we prefer French cuisine, and at $125 per person, it's probably important that you choose your favourite. There's a table for a maximum of 12 guests and you all sit together. I'm going to show you a montage of the French menu, but please be aware these menus can change, so you might not get the same one. Each course is accompanied by a wine pairing, and believe me, you'll not go hungry or thirsty. So we were glad we didn't have too much for lunch and laid off the nibbles at pre-dinner drinks. This is the 4th time we've experienced the chef's table, and it has always been a delightful experience. Is it worth the steep cover charge? Well, the price is pitched perfectly if you consider other cruise lines' similar evenings, and as it's so exclusive with only 12 guests per evening, we'd recommend this as a special treat. Another great thing about small ship cruising is getting into places that larger ships just can't get to, and today was a prime example of this with the Quest's next port of call, Marseille.
Good morning from Marseille in France. We're absolutely docked in the most perfect spot for the cathedral and the old town. And there's a museum here, looks like a very modern museum. Musée 1011. Well, no, look at that giant cantilevered building. That's some strange shit. So we're just behind the museum now. We're going to go for a walk around the edge of the fort. Oh, that's a nice picture, look at that. Look at the Quest. Well, we're around the back of the fort now. And as you can see, it spreads quite large. There's another piece of the fort there. And on top there, it's like a basilica. It's like the Sacré-Cœur in Paris, but I think it's called the Notre Dame. Anyway, a little bit of history. Marseille is the 2nd largest city in France after Paris, and it's also the largest port in France. It's also the oldest city in France. Founded around 600 BC by Greek settlers who named it Massalia. So in a blinding flash of inspiration, we get on this little train. It's going to take us up to the church for 20 of your finest euros. Well, here we are at the Basilique Notre Dame de la Garde. Slightly long name, but it's Marseille's most prominent landmark, obviously, overlooking the Suttee and the Mediterranean Sea. Built between 1853 and 1864, it's Roman Catholic, and it's often referred to as La Bonne Mère, which is the Good Mother, by locals. Designed by architect Henri-Jacques Esprandieu in a Romanesque Byzantine style. What a view over France's 2nd biggest city. Well, that was fun. We're back in the marina. It's just starting to rain though, unfortunately. But this is a lovely building. Look at that. We wanted to go just have a walk through the old part of the Suttee and then back by the cathedral to see how we get on. Might end up soaked. Yep, it's raining. Helen walked right past the massive Marseille sign without actually seeing it. Helen's in a bad mood.
You know, I get wangry.
You get wangry, wet and angry. Welcome to the back streets of Marseille.
Right away.
Given it was now raining hard, we sought shelter in the Cathedral La Major, often referred to as Marseille Cathedral, which upon entering surprised us by the size of its interior. It can hold about 3,000 worshippers, making it one of the largest churches in France. Passing by the largest gummy bear in France, probably, we made it back to the ship rather damp, but surprised at how lovely Marseille had been. We weren't expecting the afternoon to turn out as lovely as it did, and as our little neighbour made her way out to sea, and making the most of our warm evening, we decided to return to the patio grill for dinner, which is a very casual evening dining option, but with some delicious food. With the convenience of the Windows Cafe next door, we popped there for dessert and to sit out the back to soak in that lovely cathedral view for one more time. With another late departure, Azamara had arranged for a local and barely dressed cabaret act to come on board to keep us entertained with some typical off-the-wall French singing, semi-naked dancing and Moulin Rouge-style bottom gyrating before we set sail from Marseille. Ooh la la! Good morning from the Azamara Quest. Today we are in Tropez and the sun is shining. And just outside there is the Azamara Pursuit, which we followed in today.
We didn't really follow it, we came in together.
In tandem.
Side.
We did, literally side by side. Very close to each other actually. It's the first time we've been to Tropez for a long time. So we're going to go off and have a look and explore, take some pictures, show you Tropez, and come back and get ready for White Night, which is tonight. I don't think Helen's woken up quite yet.
It's still quite early.
So,
I have my coffee.
Yeah, Helen doesn't get going until she's had at least 2 coffees.
No.
So we'll catch you when we're on shore. See you in a bit. Tell we're in Tropez. I've seen my first beautiful little yacht. There's another one there. Look at Galaxy, I wonder who that belongs to. That is nice. Very nice. Now you wouldn't believe that Tropez was once a quiet fishing village, apparently until the 1950s, when Brigitte Bardot filmed And God Created Woman here, and put the town on the international spotlight, transforming it into a playground for the rich and famous. But despite this, it still retained a lot of its little character, apart from the massive yachts, of course. Now this is a bit of Tropez you don't always see because it's away from the harbour front, but this is hidden Tropez. How it used to be before that famed film. So this is the local delicacy, the tarte Tropézienne. That's what they all eat in Tropez. But I think that might be a bit messy to try and eat on the go, so we'll give that one a miss. Don't think I've ever been in a market that's just so full of posh people. Everywhere you looked, it was just wall-to-wall, like, posh people, basically. All in their Saint Laurent and Ralph Lauren linens. Unlike this one, Marks and Spencer's, half price. Yeah. We're now going to go back to the ship, grab ourselves a nice cool drink, and well, just reflect on the morning. As much as we'd have liked to, we couldn't stay in Tropez all day. We had to race back for a race. In the cabaret lounge back on board, there were snacks and drinks laid out for us to enjoy as we watched the Grand Prix qualifying races in preparation for the highlight of this cruise, tomorrow's Monaco Grand Prix. And it really put us in the mood. Another trusted highlight of an Azamara cruise is the signature White Night party, and we couldn't have asked for better weather or the more perfect backdrop for it. What an evening! And as Azamara Pursuit looked on rather enviously at our revelry, and well, to be fair, they were probably having a white night of their own, we had delicious food, free-flowing drinks and plenty of dancing, and a chance to pay our gratitude to the amazing crew during the customary crew parade. Every time we go to a white night party, we think it's the best yet and could never be bettered, but somehow Azamara managed to just keep on delivering, in our opinion, the best evening ever on a cruise. But we couldn't be too late to bed because tomorrow was a big, big day.
Well, good morning from Villefranche, which is just outside Monaco. It is race day, and we're getting ready to spend a day in the chaos of Monaco Formula One. We're in the cabaret lounge where we've just redeemed our tickets. Here they are, the tickets. We got the Formula One diehards in the house today. There we call her Mrs. Ferrari. Look at her. She is rocking that Ferrari style.
Just come off the tender and we're now waiting for the coach to take us to Monaco.
0% chance of rain all day, apparently. So come along with us. We'll see what it's like going to the Monaco Grand Prix off a cruise ship. So we're now going to get escorted to our stand, which is K4. Wow. So here we are. We're at the stand. Wow, this is quite insane, isn't it? Then? Quite insane. Wow. So this is our view. Isn't that insane? So it's only 13 minutes past 9 and they've had the first Formula 3 race. We've got Formula 2 coming up, but the marina is absolutely rammed. There's the circuit at the back there, look. You can only see that little bit there. Can you imagine sitting at the back here? You get both views. How awesome is that? Wow. So it's quite easy to bip out and bip in again, and then you're back in the city of Monte Carlo. So we're just going to have a little wander around. But there's loads of merch stands, which is great. It's merch.
Merci.
Ah, merci. Thank you, merci beaucoup.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, yeah. So yeah, we're having a nice quick coffee, and it's not a peaceful coffee. It's very, very busy around here. For the benefit of this recording, we did pay for our own excursion tickets at $1,500 US dollars each. Yeah, that's right. $3,000 to drink a €10 coffee.
Nice coffee though.
It's beautiful coffee, and to listen to cars go by without seeing them. That's what your $3,000 bought you. No, I'm being facetious. The Formula 2, and you'll hear it. It's just insane. Here they come. It's like a box of hornets, isn't it? That's the Monaco Grand Prix. So we are we're back in our seats now. I don't know if you can hear us. It's absolutely deafening. This is the Formula 2 race, and I'm just going to show you where we're sitting. This is the block of seats that Azamara have got, and it is absolutely fantastic. We've got the view down that corner there. You can see them go up that hill there, and then across. There's like a chicane there, but handily in front of us, we've got a really large screen, which is really easy to see. Honestly, you've got to do this. It's amazing. It's expensive. Sell a kidney, but do it. Well, it had to be done. Look, honey. Ta-da! We just had some lunch. We're now back out in the sunshine again. Oh, I'm baking already. The Porsche Cup is about to begin. We thought we'd just run through a few facts about Monaco. First held in 1929. Quickly became renowned for its challenging course, which winds through the narrow streets of Monte Carlo. Did you know who won the inaugural race? William Grover Williams, driving a Bugatti. I can hear the Porsches. Let's start it up. Well, we're here now. We've just finished, finding a toilet for Helen mainly. I snuck a look at the cars with my 360 camera in the pole over a fence while they were warming up. So that was good. And now we're just sitting back down now. It's getting very, very busy. Still hot. And, the joint is jumping now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's starting to get a bit of a festival vibe.
Yeah. Another 5 minutes.
And there's a band coming out somewhere, I can see on the screen. I don't know where they are. They're going to do the national anthem, I guess the Monaco national anthem. And then we'll be away. Oh, bring on the race. Come on, Norris. Yeah? Well, and Russell.
Yeah.
But mostly Hamilton.
Or Hamilton.
But not Verstappen. Oh, sorry, Dutch viewers.
Yeah.
There's our boy Lewis, look. There he is, George Russell, our local boy. Welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix. It's a red flag. Whoa, look at the mess of that car. Whoa. Drama at the Formula 1. Flipping egg. Look at they're having to crane the car out there. Oh, there he is.
After such a long and exhilarating day, we were so pleased to return to our comfortable home with the magnificent crew waiting for us at the tenders with cold flannels and a refreshing cocktail to enjoy as we made our way back to the ship. And to top it all off, there was another special alfresco dinner at the patio grill, this time with a Formula 1 theme and of course the usual brilliant live entertainment. So after more than 4 years since our last cruise with Azamara, has much changed? Has having a new owner meant significant changes, or is it just how we remember it? Well, in all honesty, we had expected that there would be some cutbacks, but really it was as good as we remember. Okay, the destination celebration evening may have been a bit less as amazing, but we've been told that they are trying to bring it all back to its glorious former self in all locations. And yes, the ships are slightly tired and older with some compromise to the standard of accommodations, but this is soon forgiven and forgotten, being completely overshadowed by the incredible onboard experience. We hardly noticed that we were in an obscured ocean view cabin. Honestly, on an Azamara cruise, you'll spend precious little time in your room. You won't want to. There are very few ships with a crew as amazing as the Azamara crew. They work so hard to deliver the best experience with special events, parties, alfresco dining, entertainment, live music, and so much more. We were relieved that this cruise was as memorable as the previous 4 cruises we've had with Azamara. They were and still are one of our favourite cruise brands to sail with, and in our opinion offer one of the best, most affordable cruise experiences that you could ever have. And this year, with a new president at the helm, we can't wait to see what the future holds for this very special compact fleet of truly wonderful ships. We've been on some very special voyages with Azamara, and you can watch them here next. Thank you.